Hello and welcome to another ACY Securities daily report video. My name is Alistair Schultz and I'm going to be host through today's trading journey. In this video, I'm looking at ARK Invest and their report on Tesla, which has been obnoxiously bullish. Now, regardless of what your thoughts are on Tesla, there are some discrepancies in their report. However, they have done it before and been able to be somewhat accurate with some of the details that they provide in there as to why they see a bullish cycle for Tesla to continue. So to have a look at some of the things that are going on in there, the first thing is the bullish case. Now they're estimating here that it's going to be $3,000 per share by 2025. Now that, in order for them to reach that target, they anticipate 10 million cars per annum to be produced, 5 million cars to be sold per annum by 2025, and a ride-hailing program worth approximately $42 billion per year to come along, as well as an insurance network to be growing as well. Now currently, Tesla already has an insurance side of the company, though it is so small that they don't actually get anywhere with it, and they obviously aren't really counting any of its profit margins from actually occurring, because at this stage, I believe it looks like it runs at a loss. Now, keeping that in mind, what the targets are for 2025 are that of every car sold by Tesla, 40% will have their own insurance covered. And some of the reasons for the insurance side of Tesla are interesting, because it means being an electric vehicle and that they have autonomous driving capabilities plus safety ratings through the roof, all sort of lines up with them being cheap to insure. But is that really going to be the case when you consider the cost of a new Tesla? I'm not really certain, but either way, the focus on insurance by Tesla so far hasn't been up there with what the anticipation is so far on the bullish case here. Now, even on the bearish side of events for this report from ARK, we've seen $1,500 per share, so more than double what it is now by 2025. So there is still an anticipation for growth to occur, and a part of that requires that there is they mark down that there is a 50% chance that there will be an autonomous taxi service run by Tesla sometime in the next few years. Now, I've been keeping an eye on autonomous vehicle driving. Of course, they are getting closer and closer every single day. And being ARK is an innovative investor, then they may find that that will end up happening at some stage. But is it too soon to really say? We're already in 2021. Don't forget that. We've got 4.5 years effectively to really get this on the roll for an autonomous vehicle taxi service. Now, I think that's probably a little bit ambitious, but these reports are always ambitious, and that's kind of the point, isn't it? Now, either way, on top of all of that, there's still 5 to 10 million cars to be produced by 2025 as well per annum, and they're expecting at that stage that the market cap would be somewhere around $3 trillion. So that's beating the likes of Apple and Amazon to some extent. Now, we've also seen the other side, they haven't incorporated any of the solar and energy businesses that Elon has been working on that are a part of Tesla in these sort of reports, especially for the bearish case. So that is something to also consider. Now, my thoughts generally, I think it's not the first time ARK predictions have been quite generous. We saw in January 2020 that they predicted about a 10 times increase on the stock, and we actually saw 7 times over last year. So, whilst it's at 5 times right now, that doesn't necessarily mean it can't get to the 10 times and that these targets aren't possible. It's just that it is a very hard slog to get there, and it's probably a little bit overzealous. Now, whether that be the case, I think it's worth keeping an eye on some of these ARK reports to see where their thoughts are. Obviously, they are very heavily invested into Tesla, and that doesn't necessarily mean that Cathie Wood and ARK Invest are actually wrong. It may mean that they are being very optimistic about where stock prices can go for Tesla, a company that makes 500,000 cars a year at best. For them to be able to reach a 10 times value on that means they need 10 times the amount of cars as well. That, especially at 5 to 10 million cars per annum produced and 5 million sold, that is a very, very big number to jump and puts them on par with the likes of Toyota, who make 9.5 million cars a year. Now, regardless of what your thoughts are about them being a tech company versus a car company, that's really arguably small fish sort of things to consider when we look at the broad range of their operations. So, you can't say that they are just an automotive manufacturer, but we can't say that they are entirely a tech company either. They sit in a bit of a gray area. So I think it's important to really take these reports with a bit of a grain of salt. Yes, they have come close to their predictions before. That doesn't make them entirely accurate. So bear in mind that even on the bearish case side of things this time round, there are some trivials in there that you might look at and think, well, is that really a possibility? So that's all I really have in today's video for you on Tesla and, of course, ARK Innovations. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm super curious to hear how you guys think about Tesla, as it's always worth getting someone else's opinion. Now, if you have any questions on today's video, please feel free to shoot me a message. My social media channels are above and behind me, so please feel free to reach out via any of those. And check your economic calendars. There's not a huge amount of news coming out today, but there are a few in the US session. So make sure you check out what's happening on that front. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe this video so you can get more great content from me and ACY Securities in the future. Have a great trading day ahead.